Azzurri is a soccer powerhouse in name and reality, having won the World Cup 4 times and lost the Euros twice. When it comes to Korea's strongest soccer nation, they are always ranked alongside Brazil, Germany and Argentina, and are one of only 4 teams to reach the World Cup finals more than 5 times and have won 3 or more. Serie A is one of the 4 leagues in Europe, and in the recent Europa League, Serie A's Atalanta shocked the world by beating unbeaten German side Leverkusen 3-0. The Italian national football team, known as the Azzurri, wears blue uniforms and uses defensive football to dominate their opponents. Even in the 2000s, the future of Azzurri Core was bright. They finished runner-up in the first national competition of the 21st century, and it was certainly expected because it was a time when Italian players who were making a name for themselves in the Serie at the time were grouped. At that time, Serie A was a league of a higher level than it is now, and Italy's second major tournament of the 21st century was the Korea-Japan World Cup. Italy's lineup, which broke through the European qualifiers with 6 wins, was brilliant. There was Buffon, the goalkeeper. Defenders claims Maldini and Nesta Cannavaro Panocchi in the middle. Gine Zanetti, Zambrotta Totti in the attacking lineup was a formidable squad, supported by Inzabia Vieri. The coach was Trapaton, a famous Juventus manager who lifted a total of 14 trophies, including 6 league titles and 2 Coppa Italia titles. He was a winner without words. Italy, who have been drawn into a group of Ecuador, Croatia and Mexico in the final group stage, will face Ecuador in their first match. They were 1 step below Italy, but they beat Brazil in the South American qualifiers and advanced to the World Cup. But the Catenaccio of Italy was powerful. It was Italy who kept the speedy Ecuador at bay with an organized defense, and Totti's fantastic passing, and Vieri's physicality tormented the opposition defenders. And with Vieri scoring 2 goals, Italy's progress to the group stage looked smooth as they got off to a 2-0 start. Next up is Croatia. The victory seemed certain until Vieri's header in the second half. But things are getting weird. Within 24 minutes of the first half, Materazzi, who came on as a substitute due to Star's injury, missed the penetrating opponent's attacker and allowed the equalizer, then failed to mark the opponent in the penalty box and even allowed a turnaround. It was Materazzi who was involved in this loss and had the worst performance. Italy counter-attacked, but bad luck followed when Totti's free kick hit the post and was deflected. It seemed that Inzaghi barely scored a goal, but it was cancelled by pulling the opponent's defense, and the game ended as it was. Croatia has not lost to Italy since 1942. Italy's next opponent is Mexico. They had to win this game unconditionally to reach the top 16, and if they missed, they would be eliminated depending on another game. Italy had to score the first goal quickly and take the victory, but the first goal in the 34th minute of the first half was eaten, and Italy went to the worst situation. Fortunately, Del Ferro scored a dramatic equalizer in the 30th minute of the second half, and Ecuador managed to catch Croatia and advance to the last 16. I was successful in advancing to the top 16, but it was a group league with many worries. The defenders conceded goals on the day of the game, ruining Catenaccio's reputation, and it was a pity that Vieri scored all the other goals except Del Piero. In a state of somewhat poor performance, the opponent we met in the last 16 was South Korea. It was the Republic of Korea whose momentum rose to the top of Joe-in. However, Italy's Vieri scored the opening goal, and victory was in sight in the 43rd minute of the second half, and Seo Ki-hyun scored the equalizing goal and took it to extra time. 12 minutes into the second half, An Jong-hwan scored the golden goal and Italy was eliminated from the 16. The best game in World Cup history was born. In terms of game content, South Korea was fierce with 7 effective shots. Italy had 6 and actively utilized the offside trap, and tied Italy's attack was the factor of victory. There was no chance of victory for Italy. However, they failed to connect decisive chances into goals and collapse on their own. Italy tried to recover from the Euro 2 Angels, but fell behind on all points and suffered the humiliation of being eliminated from the group stage. Italy, suffering from a drought of 2,000 World Cup strikers, is trying to turn things around by selecting new faces such as Gilardino Luca Tornigrosso. Here, Registrar Pierre joins us all the way to Rome. can we expect good grades? Italy, who climbed to the last 16, will meet Australia. But it was a game where Australian coach Gus Hiddink had to escape a 1,002-year nightmare. Both teams went 0-0. However, in the second half, Materazzi was sent off and the game seemed to be tilting towards Australia. However, shortly before stoppage time in the second half, Rosaga dodged Lucas Neal's tackle and tripped over Neal's upper body, and the referee declared a penalty. With this decision, Italy will enter the 8th river. Palang's opponent is Italy, which easily ended the game with Ukraine's Zambrota's mid-range shot and Poni's multi-goal. Italy, which could not collapse here, also pushed hard around Shevchenko, but Italy had the gatekeeper Buffon. He had a couple of good chances, but he was blocked by Buffon and couldn't save them. Italy defeated Ukraine 3-0 against Germany. As expected, the two teams are fighting back and forth, as befits the masters of European football. Podolski hits the decisive shot for Germany, but Buffon shoots away at ridiculous speed, and their chances for an opening goal are wasted. The Azzurri Legion's mad shield did not allow the opponent to score. Germany, which had been struggling due to exhausting a lot of stamina in the Palgang, gradually lost concentration. Italy do not miss the opportunity, and Pirlo's Norok pass goes to Gross, who creates the opening goal with a fantastic kill kick. Germany were in a hurry, but Del Piero scored an extra goal and ended the game. Germany will lose every time they meet Italy until Euro 2016. Italy's final opponent was France, who got a peak 7 minutes into the game, and France took the lead when Zidane scored with a Panenka kick. But 10 minutes later, Materazzi equalized with a header. They constantly aimed at the opponent's goal, but both teams failed to score, and the game went to extra time. But here the incident explodes. 5 minutes into the second half of extra time, Zidane punched Materazzi in the chest, and the referee gave Zidane a red card. Later, it was revealed that Zidane hit him, and when Zidane's Makad Materazzi pulled his uniform, Zidane provoked him to say that if he wanted my uniform, he would give it to me after the game. However, in response to Materazzi's unspeakable pad rig, Zidane can't hold back his anger and throws a punch. Certainly Materazzi was the same defender even when he pulled off aggro. I didn't hesitate to make murderous comments, and Tracy talking was basically. It showed the same aspect of this field, such as beating opponents out of sight of the referee. An Jong-hwan also told the story of an argument when he was in Perugia that Materazzi smelled like garlic. Back in the game, both teams, who failed to win, entered the penalty shootout, and all 5 Italians succeed. However, France was defeated by the Trejan community, and Italy defeated France to win their 4th World Cup title. It was the first World Cup trophy in 24 years, and the victory was a clean sweep of defeat in the Euro 2000 final in the quarter-finals of the '98 World Cup in France. Lippi has proven himself to be his master, and World Cup winner Bupro Cannavaro will take the Ballon d'Or. It was the first Italian player to win the award in 13 years since Roberto Baggio, and the first defender to win the Ballon d'Or in 10 years since Matthias Samp. Since Cannavaro, defender Ballon d'Or has not appeared until now. While there were only 2 scorers in the 2002 World Cup, in 2006, various players scored goals and made the game easier. It seems that Italy will win, but no one knows the painful moments that the Azzurri Legion will experience afterwards.